Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. For today's university counseling class, we're going to take the colors assessment. It's a personality assessment that helps you to look at the things that are your strengths and also the things that are challenging you. So, I'm going to send this to you in Google Classroom. I'll also give you a handout in class for you to use. But you'll need to look at the sections and the simple paper test that I'll give to you will ask you to look at questions or word groups and to identify what word group out of the four is most like you, somewhat like you, or least like you. So you have to rate each one of the colors from 1 to 4. And again, 4 being most like you, 3 being like you, 2 being somewhat like you, and 1 being least like you. And you can only use the numbers 1 through 4 once as you go across each column. So you're going to look at those word groupings on the paper handout, and then you're going to give a score to each of those areas going across for each color. When you get to the end of that, we're going to look at the sheet that also helps you to understand what those colors tell you. What is blue about? What does it mean to be a giver? What is gold about? What does it mean to be an organizer? What is orange about? What does it mean to be an adventurer? And what is green about? What does it mean to be a thinker? So the handout will give you some good information. It'll also have one more paper test that you could take a second time just to see, did your numbers add up the same way for blue, gold, orange, and green. Then I have also an online assessment that I want you to take. And when you go to it, make sure when you click on the link, you're going to go to your colors assessment and you're going to go to take assessment. And when you look at each question, don't spend a lot of time looking at it and analyzing it. Answer it. The first thing that comes into your mind, click on it as your answer. And I have provided for you my results from my last March 2022 assessment. And for the last 25 years, I've been taking this just as an interest for me as a teacher and counselor for university, just to see, have I changed much? And I really haven't. I still come out gold, the organizer, and my second color is always blue. So the only thing that changes a little bit is the third position, where it might change from thinker to adventurer or adventurer to thinker. Yeah. So that's the only thing that changes a little bit. The thing I like too about the test online, then you can compare yourself to other famous people. I came up, people that are like me have been Nancy Reagan, Winston Churchill, Joan Rivers, the comedian, figures, and Henry Ford. So there's also going to be a part on here where I want you to write down what your scores were from the assessment online to tell me what your orange percentage was, your gold percentage, your blue, and your green. And then there are some questions that I want you to answer, and we will also discuss these in class. So the answers to the question below. For instance, traditionally, what classes or subject have you always done better in? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time? Are you better at planning a party, being the entertainment for the party, just going to the party to socialize, or staying home because you don't like crowds? Or what university or college would you like to attend, and why would you like to go there? And has anybody ever talked to you about your future and asked you what you would like to do, and then explain. So those are the questions that I want you to think about after you take the online colors assessment. And then we'll have time later on to discuss what it means for you to be the gold, the organizer, the blue, the giver, the green, the thinker, or the orange, the adventurer. And help you to also look at the skills that you have already. This will help you to look at what are your talents and abilities that you already have that you could use for future success, whether that means in the world of work after you graduate, if you go into a job, because employers want you to have certain skills. They want you to be able to work really good with fellow employees. They want you to be able to follow instructions. They want you to be able to work well with the public. They want you to be able to think critically and problem solve. So those are things that are considered soft skills, the things that are necessary for you if you go into the world of work. If you go to a university or college, you need to look at and explore past your general education courses. What will you start to take your sophomore and junior year? What will be your major? What are the areas of interest for you? Where do your talents and abilities help you to succeed in a college program or a college major? Those are the things that we'll talk about also in the weeks to come.